So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Superman 134, published in January 1960, with story by Otto Binder and art by Wayne Boring, and this is Chapter 2. What has turned the Man of Steel into the Madman of Steel? The amazing explanation goes back to an event on Krypton, Superman's native world, that happened long ago. Never before told facts about an unknown portion of Superman's early life unfold as we meet the man from Krypton who plotted the revenge against Jor-El. Down with Superman. He's our super enemy now. Yesterday, Superman was the world's most admired hero. Today, he is hated all over Earth. So, in the first chapter, Superman seems to have gone completely insane. He hasn't killed anybody, but he's caused a lot of damage, and people are definitely turning against him. As chapter 2 opens, he's filling in the Grand Canyon with boulders, so people are not happy, and he's just laughing. Meanwhile, the real Superman, dressed in an odd costume, is elsewhere watching with a sinking heart. And this is one of the reasons I like this story, is because in part one, we don't know at all what's going on. But Superman says, the ultra scanning screen can pick up any scene on Earth. I've been observing everything that impostor has been doing in my name. Now he's destroying the beauty of America's Grand Canyon. So Superman is in the bottle city of Kandor, and we get a little bit of a flashback to his day, where he goes to his fortress of solitude, takes a hot shower. The super blowtorch I made will burn any dirt or stains off me and my invulnerable suit. And of course, he checks on the city of Kandor. Superman, can you hear me? I need your help. I see you. What do you want? I'm Kull-Ex, a scientist. I used my ultra radio to pick up and decipher the Earth language. Now bend closer as I pull the switch, and suddenly, ha! I tricked you, Superman. My exchange ray will now pull you through the X dimension. So Superman is put in Kandor in Kull-Ex's suit, while Kull-Ex goes out as in Superman's suit. Yes, Superman, its controls only had one charge of ultra energy. I'm free of the bottle now, and you are trapped in my place. And Superman no longer has his superpowers. Meanwhile, Kull-Ex has all the superpowers of a Kryptonian. I used Krypton science formula to make this duplicate living mask of you, Superman. It will cool off in a moment, and then no one on Earth will be able to tell us apart. And then we get a little bit of a flashback to some of the terrible things that he had committed in Superman's name. And then we go back to Krypton, where a young Kull-Ex is showing his dad a picture. Don't bother me, Kull-Ex, my son. I'm busy with my invention. So he has designed this vehicle that can go on land, sea, or air, or even underground with equal ease. I'll finish this model and patent it. Suddenly, all his papers fly out the window. Apparently, they are cleaning the air in Krypton. We turned on the wind maker to clear that sudden smog out of the air. The artificial wind also blew all debris out of the city streets, including my father's invention plans. So his blueprint, he believes, flew out the window. He says, oh, this is bad, son. If my blueprint is blown into another city, some other scientist might find it and realize its value. I must hurry and finish my model. But before he can finish it, Jor-El presents a patent that looks eerily similar. The Windmaker blew my blueprint to the city. You, Jor-El, found it and quickly made a model. You patented my invention in order to gain wealth. No, I gave the patent free to the authorities, and I never saw your blueprint, sir. This is my own independent idea. Liar, you stole my great invention so that the government would give you a reward, but I'll never be able to prove it. So the vehicle is now called the Jor-El, and as Superman thinks, just like the Ford car on Earth was named after its inventor, Henry Ford. And so this other inventor just stews over the belief that his invention was stolen. And on his deathbed, he says, well, okay, so the city that Zal-X lives in was the city of Kandor that was taken by Brainiac. So they all survived the explosion of Krypton. And his father says to him on his deathbed, Superman of Earth is really Kal-El, son of Jor-El, my son, or my enemy. Kull-Ex, my son, you must plan revenge against Jor-El's son after I'm gone. I promise, father. And so he vows to take revenge on Kal-El. It can't be true, but my father stole the invention. But how can I convince Kull-Ex otherwise? And so he takes one of the Jor-Els, the vehicle, and it can go, I guess, underground also, but it cannot penetrate the unbreakable glass. I have no super strength, nor can my X-ray vision work in the atmosphere, so that I could use it to melt my way out. Without my superpowers, I'm trapped. I don't know why they don't just. He doesn't just allow the Kryptonians to have super strength in their city. Um, I'll fly the Jor-El through the giant tube that pumps air into the bottle. But he's blown back out. There's no way for me to tell the world I'm innocent of all these mad feats that my impersonator Kull-Ex framed me. Right now, angry mobs are wrecking the Superman Museum in Metropolis. Gulp. Down with Superman. So they're so scared that this woman, when she sees the shadow of Superman, says, "A flying shadow! It must be the Madman of Steel. Hurry, Sonny! Let's hide in the storm cellar." I've become a symbol of fear to mothers with children. Even Lois says, "We never want to see Superman again. He's become a super destroyer. I hope you're watching me, Superman. I, Kull-Ex, am carrying out my father's revenge against you, Jor-El's son. All the world has for you now is hate, hate, hate. Ha ha! He's won his revenge. I can't escape to tell the world the truth, and from now on I'll be remembered as history's blackest villain. Even if I could escape, I can envision what would happen, a super battle between Kull-Ex and me. It would wreck the world." And he gives we see a little image of the two of them fighting. So it's looking dark for Superman. He's stuck in Kandor, and his enemy is ruining his reputation. So we'll see what happens in the final chapter, chapter 3.